morning, everyone. Good evening or good night, wherever you may be. This is Robert at English 360, and in this podcast, we're going to be talking about holidays. Just to remind you, I do podcasts and I have a YouTube channel called Robert at English 360 where you can watch videos to learn English better and faster. And the address is english360.brtschool.co.uk, where you can try some free English courses. If you're preparing for IELTS exam or the first certificate exam, or you just want to learn English, that is the place to go. So without further ado, let's get started. So here are the different types of holidays that people go on. An activity holiday. This is a kind of holiday on which you spend your time doing a particular activity such as walking, canoeing, diving, rock climbing, painting, or even cooking actually. So it's called an activity holiday. Then we have a break. A break is a short holiday. For example, if you have a few days, then you can have a break. Then we have an excursion, which is a type of short visit to an interesting place, arranged by a tourist organization, often as a part of holiday. Next, we have an adventure holiday, which is a type of organized holiday in which people do new and exciting things, for example, trekking or safari. I particularly like adventure holidays. I think they're great. Next, we have a package holiday, which is a holiday arranged by a travel company for a fixed price that includes the cost of your hotel, your transport, sometimes your food, and also entertainment. You have lots of companies who do that. For example, Butlins in England and Vera Tour in Italy. For example, there are some in France like the Club Mediterranee. Then you have a farm stay. A farm stay is a stay on a farm as a paying guest, which gives you the experience of a life in the countryside. It includes camping, rambling, which means like walking across the fields, looking after farm animals, cooking sometimes, etc. Then you have a gap year. A gap year is a year usually between finishing school and starting university or college when you travel or work. And you take this year just to take a break before you get on to serious studies. Then you have a self-catering holiday. A self-catering holiday is a holiday where you have to cook your own food, clean your own home, and basically it's like living a normal life but on holiday. Okay, so then you have staycation. It's a holiday, not really a holiday actually. It's a poor man's holiday. A staycation is a holiday in which you stay at home and visit places near where you live. So if you live in London, your staycation will be in London, right? Study tour. A study tour is a visit to a country or an area in which you go to different places and have lectures and lessons and classes and talks. So that's a study tour. Then you have a summer camp, especially popular among young children, where they can go to stay in a summer resort and do various activities and get away from the city. Just to remind you that vacation means holiday as well. Vacation is an American word for holiday, which is British. Then you have a working holiday. It's a holiday during which you work. For example, you are going to do voluntary work in Africa, that would be working holiday. Different places where you can have holidays are countryside retreats, beach resorts, hillsides, cities, to have city breaks, etc. Then different means of transport that you can take are a train, plane, car, a coach, of course. A coach is a big long bus that travels in between cities. If you are traveling by sea, you can take a ship or a cruise ship. You can take a ferry boat to cross from one part of land to another, for example, from Dover to Calais. You can also take a hoverboat. A hoverboat is like a ferry boat, but it's just faster. It inflates and there is a big, huge fan at the back. When you're on holiday by the seaside, you can go on a canoe or on a paddle boat. When you're in the mountains, you can take a cable car to go up or down a mountain. And when you're skiing, you can take a ski lift, or you can go bike riding, for example. Some important verbs to do with holidays are to set off, for example. You set off on a journey, which means to start your journey, to set off. To travel means just to go from one place to another. To commute is normally when people go back and forth. So you're going from home to work, work to home, you're commuting. And that makes you a commuter. Rambling, I think we mentioned that earlier, is walking across hills and terrains, etc. Hiking is going up a mountain. Trekking is going on tracks, basically. There are long paths in between mountains, hillsides, etc. Then you have verbs like to go by ship, to go by plane, to go by taxi, by train, to go by bus, to go by underground, which is in the UK another word for metro, to go by subway, which is in America another word for metro. Then you can use proper verbs like to fly, to ride a train, to drive a car, or to walk, to go on foot. Then we have nouns. A commute. A commute is a journey from one place to another. A journey is the distance or time between two places. So you can say, my journey to work takes me half an hour. Journey is the act of traveling from one place to another, especially in a vehicle. A jaunt. A jaunt is a short journey for pleasure, sometimes including a stay. For example, you can say a Sunday jaunt into the hills. Other collocations are a pleasure jaunt, a holiday jaunt, etc. So it's a short journey for pleasure. An outing, a short journey made by a group of people, usually for pleasure or education. A getaway is a short holiday. A voyage is a journey by sea or by space actually, but normally by sea since we don't travel to space yet anyway. Some people do when they take intoxicants, but that's not the kind of traveling I'm talking about. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great holiday somewhere in the mountains or by the seaside. I personally prefer the seaside in winter and seaside in the summer. I do like the hills. I do like the mountains because you can go for walks, and as I like running, I find mountains to be more conducive to running than the beach. But having said that, when you run by the seaside, it has its own merit. Don't know about you, but one thing I love about being holidays is actually getting into a different lifestyle. You're away from work, you're away from everything, you find yourself surrounded by a different location, and you can step into a different life for a while, and that is the true benefit of having a holiday, isn't it? And as a matter of fact, this can be achieved anywhere you like. You don't have to go far away. So if you live in a beautiful country like I do, I live in Italy, you have so many places where you can go. It's unbelievable. So you just need the right mindset sometimes, you know. Even if you go away for the weekend or just for a day trip, just have to have the right mindset. You need to go there with the intention of leaving everything behind, not only your life, your work, but also your worries, and embrace the new place you're going to. I think that's the best advice I can give. So if you are about to go on holiday, have a cracking one. Otherwise, plan a nice place to go to, even for a day. Have a staycation, or perhaps have a farm stay where you can look after farm animals like the sheep, the goats, the cows, etc. You can have an adventure holiday where you can go for trekking, or perhaps, why not, an activity holiday where you can learn how to paint. Why not? Life is one. Do take advantage. Bye for now. Peace.